And good morning to everybody. I just had to run down quickly to grab a few things. And morning, Tommy. Yeah, Zibo did a great job there. We were all congratulating him last night. I don't know if he's actually responded to us yet, but I believe he's seen it. You know, I sent the congratulations to him, and I think the general consensus is well done. Yeah, very well done. And thank you to everybody for your support. I mean, I don't think Zibo would have continued if it wasn't such a big hit. You know, if we didn't have the audience, there's no point in making it. So congratulations to you too as well, you know, and thank you for being faithful 8 years later. You know, it's just awesome. It's really cool.
Brandenburg, Skymatix VA Flight T8, Takeoff 14, taxi to runway 06 right, holding point Mike 2 via Papa 1 and Bravo Skymatix VA Flight T8.
Alright, the other guys are getting ready already. Yeah, I was busy planning my weekend, so I haven't really done much setup. I actually want to see if the correct file is now in the system. Yes. Okay, so we can actually now start the loading. My mother-in-law has got her birthday party tomorrow, and my biggest customer decided yesterday that I'm not supposed to have a weekend. I'm supposed to work through the weekend. I haven't even told my wife yet. Can you imagine? So when this stream is over, I'm going to take a half an hour break, and then I'm going to hit the jobs. Morning, Jacob. Right, okay, so this is starting up. Let me get that keyboard closer.
Come on.
Ground flight deck first is connected and starting refueling.
Tommy, it's one of those situations where you don't know if you should laugh or you should cry. Because you need the job, you need the money. But can you now imagine the ramifications in the family if I say, no, I'm not going? Oh, you know what, I haven't put this on. Okay, go grab the information from somebody quickly. I forgot that I did an update and then it threw away my settings. Might as well just check all the settings. Then field ops, preset manager. Yes, we are in Zibo. We don't want it to affect us, correct. Ops, settings. That's what we want. Pilot ID.
Brandenburg traffic, Skymatix 04, takeoff, runway 06.
Let's try again. That's bloody interesting. Let's quickly look at that. Somebody gave 0 for cargo. Absolute 0. That's true. Yo. Alright. We'll talk about the livery just now. I've got something to tell you about this livery and the livery stories. By the way, morning Christer, Jet Power, Alex. No, there's no update from Zibo yet again. He was probably busy this week. I never heard anything from him. Don't know. It's all up to Zibo. I think the hold-up is with the performance calculator. Gary needs to fix up some of the intricate detail there. You know, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Right, let me just quickly see. Let's go through the motions, get all of this thing going. Tommy, while you are here, your pop-out, can you pop out the real ops now that the update is out? Did you update your version? Is it possible for you to pop it out now? Because I remember you were one of the guys that said you couldn't pop it out, and I couldn't figure out why I could and you couldn't. Anyway, let's quickly look at this livery story. Just going to drag Discord this side, display capture. Okay, so this is Discord, and I want to tell you something. You guys were probably just merciful or very gracious because you never came back to me and said, Nico, you're talking nonsense. The livery that I placed on Discord that I've been telling you guys was the other livery is actually this one. Okay, so I do apologize. There was a bit of a mix-up. Then when me and FlightSim24 had another chat, he then gave me the other livery, which is this one. Okay, so I do apologize for the confusion. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So if you want this one, which is the one I was flying, it is now listed. Okay, so you can go get it for level up and for the Zibomod. Right, and now this one I haven't flown yet, so this morning I'm flying it. Okay, so apologies for any misrepresentation. That was an honest mistake. I never realized, didn't know, but now I do. So all of these ones are now available. Okay, the previous one I flew and this one, it's all in VA liveries. Let me just bring it back quickly. So if you get into the Skymatix Zibomod Discord, just scroll down to the VA. There's VA liveries. There you go. That's the list. Okay, just grab them there. So they are available for you guys. Alright, then I noted that Laminar said in beta 2 XP UIPC is not going to work, but they didn't say which version.
Brandenburg,
And
Skymatix VA Flight T8, alignment weight, runway 065, Skymatix VA Flight
I'm just going to mute ATC quickly. I know from experience that there's like 5 different versions of XP UIPC, and I actually use XP UIPC Plus, which was released like a year or two ago. It's a much newer one. Okay, and this whole bar at the top, this thing here, runs off XP UIPC. I do not use it for controlling the aircraft or any control surfaces or anything in X-Plane. There's no interaction really between X-Plane and this thing. All it does is XP UIPC reports the position and the data that you see at the top of the screen. So I'm going to take a chance. Alright, if it bombs out, I'll rage quit. I won't put the fist through the screen, but I'll go sulk in a corner somewhere and we'll try again some other time. But anyway, I hope it doesn't. And then we'll see. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I really am not sure which version they are referring to, because it doesn't appear to be a blanket thing. I mean, I don't get a CTD, I don't get any other weirdness this far. So we just have to keep an eye on that. Okay. How's it, Dave? Yeah, Tommy, yeah. That was a misunderstanding. Somewhere I did not actually realize what I was saying and what I was telling, you guys. So anyway, it was resolved in the week, and we can move on. So now you can have both liveries. It's there. You can have it. Alright, let this thing continue. I suppose making refueling needs to do each thing. This one is doing each thing. Okay, let us start setting further. Oh, you know what? I'm not on Discord. Let me actually connect to Discord. And we can stream there as well. Oh, there we go. 020, that is fine. Welcome, Tommy.
Skymatix.
Morning, Hakan, how are you?
I'm fine, and you, sir?
Also good, thank you.
I'm chilling out this morning, so everything is fine.
Good stuff. Yeah, that's good, Hakan.
Exactly.
You see what Christer says, Hakan?
What he says?
Christer is saying, "Oh, Mr. Hakan!" Exclamation mark. The blue oyster is in the house.
Blue oyster in the house, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me check your streaming.
Yeah, go for it. I like this new real ops. It's like GSX, Hakan. Very similar with some of the passenger features.
Looking at it.
I need to to start setting up the rest. We'll look at them later again.
Brandenburg traffic, Skymatix VA Flight T8 at climbing, passing 4,000 feet and climbing to flight level 320, Skymatix VA Flight T8.
Looks fine. Just waiting for the loading to happen. Let's continue with some other setups then. Really, Krister? Wow. This is my first flight in this latest beta 2. I haven't done any other flights yet. This week I was actually on the farm for 2 days again, so wasn't even close to my simulator. When this stream ends, I'm gonna rest half an hour, have a coffee and a break of some sorts, and then I'm hitting the rest of the work because my customer on Friday decided, my biggest customer, I'm not having a weekend this weekend, I'm working. So we can't complain, we just have to put our heads down and do it. And then on top of that, my mother-in-law has got her birthday party tomorrow, so that's gonna kill the day there. Which means everything rides on today, and whatever happens then tomorrow night.
I want to come to Johannesburg.
You wanna come to Johannesburg?
I would like to come to.
Okay. You're more than welcome to come and visit.
Yes, of course, but there is no place to stay. I'm thinking about where I can stay.
Oh, there's plenty of hotels and guest houses and Airbnbs and all kinds of things around here. Okay.
Okay. It is required visa.
Probably. Unless you have a contact at Home Affairs, then it's $500. They even give you a green ID and citizenship. $500, done and dusted.
Wow, $500 is too much, sir.
Oh, 500 rand, man. That's like $30 US. It's nothing.
Rand is okay.
Yeah, it's nothing. But you need to have the contact because obviously that's not legal. Okay.
You are my contact.
I'll have to find out for you.
Yeah. You are my contact, isn't it? I can give your name to everyone in Johannesburg.
This place is big. They're not going to know who I am.
Can you imagine? I come there and pronounce your name to everyone. Use it. When I face with you, you say, I don't know this guy.
Shame. Yeah, I won't deny you once you get here, but shame. You got to find me first.
Yeah, exactly. It is easy. I can find you, no problem. So, no problem. It is required only one phone call.
Yeah, what you need to do is you need to find out who the Turkish pilots are that's flying for SAA, and then you need to make friends with one of them. He'll help you.
Yeah, why not?
By the way, guys, I figured out what was wrong with Linda. I just reinstalled her. I spoke to Eugenie. There was an update that he wanted me to do and some tests for him, which I did yesterday. Let me actually see if he's responded on that. Some of the settings now is saved in a text file. And the test I had to do last night was to see if I change it here in the cockpit in the explain drop-down menu, if it would actually write into that file, and it actually did. It's fine, it's 100%. Alright, it looks like we are done. Both sides. Inside services is done. We're done. Let's get the APU going. Should have done that already, eh? Yeah, there's no.
Ready for pre-flight procedure.
Hello, Jean-Pierre.
Trim up.
Before start procedure. No, wrong button. Before start procedure.
Before start procedure. Before start procedure complete. Ready for before start checklist.
By the way, I don't know who of you saw my comment on the Zibo Pilots group in Facebook where I actually made the screenshots where Zibo was laughing at me. For those of you that watched my last stream, when we entered the information in the forecast page, I made a mistake in the QNH, alright, and it was horribly wrong, okay? So when the descent started, I was like 8,000, 9,000 foot below the path. Then all of a sudden, after transition, I was above the path. And anyway, the long story short is, please make sure when you enter the QNH there of your destination airport that you double check it, make sure it's correct, because that's going to really screw up VNAV, okay? If you ever wondered if that is significant, go watch my previous stream, then you'll see the significance. I mean, it just, you know, now I'm looking for a decent, nice word for a family show. It messed me up, man. If you put the wrong detail in there, okay? I tell you what, I've listened to a lot of guys asking for support, telling me VNAV doesn't work. And this was definitely one of the last things I ever looked at or thought about. But since then, I've actually told it to quite a few guys that are complaining about VNAV path not being correct. There you go, that's your answer. If you don't put the correct QNH in there, you're going to be out. You're going to have a problem. Okay, go check my last stream and then you laugh with me. Okay, I mean, it was ridiculous. It was crazy how this aircraft, you know, the VNAV path just jumped. And it's all because that value, that QNH value was incorrect. Okay, and it was horribly incorrect. So you guys, if you ever fill this page in, make blinking sure that you get the correct QNH there. Jean-Pierre, sorry, I'm not part of that discussion. Yeah, exactly, Christer. What do you mean wrong reference, wrong date? Where are we talking about? Is that for me or is that for someone else? Not sure what to make of that. Sorry, I was talking too much, so I'm not in that conversation with you. The other thing that is now bugging me, I've seen this in this version a lot now. LNAV does not want to arm on the ground for some reason, and I can't see it. Everything is executed, everything is in place. There's no reason. There's no reason. Let's go try that again. Why we shouldn't be able to use arm on the ground? So there's a little issue there. I'll speak to Zibo about that one. I mean, if I make a mistake, I made a mistake. Like, he's just gonna laugh at me again. Sorry, Zibo. But I'm guessing that there's a little bit of an issue there. Yes, yeah, garbage in, garbage out. That is correct. Yeah, wrong reference. I mean, and it bit me terribly. If you guys go check that video, the last stream, one before this one, you'll see what I mean. I mean, it killed me almost. It was just horrific. Morning, George. Right, let's continue. We should be able to get going now. Map. Right, okay, so how does the taxi work here? Suppose we can just go straight. We don't need better push back. See what the airport looks like. I'm not familiar with the airport, so let me just make sure I understand what I'm doing. Alright, then I need to turn left. I need to go that way. Okay. Yeah, we can actually make life easier for ourselves. Runway 06, alright. There you go. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, he's going the wrong way. He's gonna catch up later, I'm sure. Yeah, out of pocket, shame, man. Yeah, you lost the t-shirt there. I couldn't help put that joke in there. It was so funny to me. Look.
Good morning, Nico.
Morning, Mac. How are you?
Not so bad. I was watching your stream. I had to come on. Can you just go through your plan view of your route? Right, from runway, yeah. That is why you cannot get LNAV in.
It's because it's offset or what?
It's offset too far.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, that's
Do you
fine.
remember?
Yeah.
It's something like about 3 degrees.
Yeah, I remember now that you mention it, but I can also tell you one thing. On U14, I can actually connect LNAV at 180 degrees the opposite direction. So this means that it is the new version of the software basically only works in the air. It's not for the takeoff, it's not for the sit. So I'll just confirm with Zibo, Mac, because what you're saying makes perfect sense. You're 100% correct if we look back at the old days. But I would have thought that if we can do the 180 degree turn in the air, we should be able to do it here on the ground as well.
Now, in that plan view, what's the condition for where you changed from runway direction to the first waypoint? There's
well,
no height, is there, or anything like that, or speed?
No, there's nothing. It's only from the second one onwards. There is a speed restriction, but there's no other.
One way to prove this would be to put a waypoint 2 miles in front of your runway so that you don't turn before
Immediately.
then.
I understand. Okay, Mac, I'm not going to do it now, but I hear your train of thought and it makes sense. It makes sense. Thank you.
Okay,
it sounds
I'll
plausible.
leave you to get on with it now.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any comment? Am I talking a load of rubbish?
No, I think you're perfectly correct there, Mac. I think if you just look at the whole way it's done, it's like it does not leave the end of the runway. It kind of shoots off somewhere on the runway and it makes a turn already. It's like there isn't a specific point, exactly as you say. If we actually did put a point in there, you know, it would be a different story.
It's something that just come to mind. That's why I jumped in.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's
Carry on. I'll keep mute now.
Yeah. Thanks, George. Yeah, and then we can discuss it again. I think Mac's 100% correct there. So right. Okay, we've got all of this. Before start procedure. I don't know if I said it
Before start
already.
procedure.
We might have. I think we actually did. Yeah, because the beacon is already on. Sorry, Linda, for doing the same thing twice.
Before start procedure complete.
There is no RW, it just says 06R. Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine.
George, when I pressed the PTT button to speak to her, she kept on telling me, I do not recognize you. She didn't even listen
25
to me.
N2.
So I just killed the installation and did a fresh install of Linda and it was fine. No, what happened was Eugenie gave me an add-on and I think it was the add-on. I might have installed the add-on incorrectly because he wanted me to do some testing. And I eventually did the testing yesterday and, you know, to get everything going, I just said, stuff it.
Starter
Linda,
cut out.
put the new one in. You know, so... Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Yeah, I don't use the AI either yet. Vim uses it and he's full of compliments. He loves it. I have not had the time to go through the motions and jump the hoops to get the AI going. I'll get there.
25 N2.
But not yet. Just not yet. Thank you, Linda. Oh, those beautiful blue eyes. Now she's shy now that I mentioned it. She looks away.
Starter
Enjoy,
cut out.
Alex.
Engine
Enjoy
start
it.
procedure
Bye-bye.
complete.
Okay. Before taxi procedure.
Before taxi procedure.
You know what? Let her just finish. I just want to recalibrate the pedals.
Before taxi procedure complete.
Instruction.
I am ready for before taxi checklist.
Come now, Linda.
Ready for before taxi procedure.
George, what instruction video are you looking for? Sorry. Just help me out there. Are you talking about the AI, how to set up the AI? Yeah, Okay, cool. Alright, there you go. Just get my IFAO client here. Oh crap, now we have a tower. Tower, good morning, Skymatix 001, Bravo 738, requesting IFR clearance to Brussels. Yeah, I need to run the gauntlet.
Skymatix 001, Berlin Tower, good morning. Cleared, information Bravo is current, cleared to Brussels via the KISUC 1 CATEC departure, out of runway 06 right, flight en route, and this climb flight level 80, squawk 2661.
Squawk 2661, flight level 80, and you want us on the KISUC 1 Quebec departure. Can we not use KISUC 1 Zulu, please? Otherwise I have to reprogram my system now. I'm ready to really get out of here now.
Skymatix 008, no problem. Then it's KISUC 1 Zulu, and then the initial climb is 4,000 feet.
Okay, so 1 Zulu then, and 4,000 feet, Skymatix 01. That was easy, painless. There you go, that's the same problem I had, Custer.
Skymatix 008, identified, no certificates available, switching Unicom 122 decimal 8 bye.
661.
122 decimal 8, thank you for your service, sir.
Right, Skymatix 01, and we are ready for taxi to runway 06 right.
Skymatix 001, taxi to holding point and runway 06 right. First, are you able for intersection Mike 3?
Negative, sir. I did not prepare for that one. Can we use Mike 2, Mike 1?
Yes, that is okay. Taxi to holding point runway 06 right via Papa 1, Bravo and Mike 2.
Papa 1, Bravo and Mike 2, Skymatix 001.
Taxi lights on.
See there on my Indy that sharp turn it makes. The moment it leaves that runway, it turns. Hey? Yeah, it's easy, George. Above 400, you should be able to actually use your LNAV as usual. It's literally just in that on the ground and initial takeoff phase that you need to use heading select or something, you know. Or fly by hand, whatever, until you get to the LNAV position. But above 400 foot, you should be able to enable it.
Are you taxiing?
Say again?
Are you taxiing?
Yes.
I see, follow me car. Who is that?
That is my MFCar from JarDesign.
I see.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff.
8 knots, runway 06 right,
Runway 06 cleared for takeoff, Skymatix 001. That's 06 right for takeoff, Skymatix 001. Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
Flaps 5, green light, and we're okay, we're good.
Approaching 06 right.
Runway 06 right confirm.
On runway 06 right.
Stabilized. Takeoff thrust set. $80 knots. Throttle hold. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Get up.
Acceleration altitude.
See, there's LNAV. Very quickly you can switch it on. It's just one of those things that you can enable on the ground.
Flaps 1 set. Approaching transition. Flaps up and set.
Skymatix VA 1 identifies opportunities available.
Transition altitude.
Thank you for your service. 122.8, Skymatix 001.
Flight level 100, landing lights switches off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign will be switched off shortly. However, for own safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened in case of any unexpected turbulence. We have an excellent team on board today, and we are all happy to offer you any
That's
assistance you
interesting.
may
The
require
audio
throughout
only
the
works
flight.
on that side. Look.
Our in-flight entertainment has begun.
That's interesting. Yeah. So we're going like a Boeing. Let's see. Alright, let's get the map on here. Let's see where the other guys are. By the way, this morning I found this website because I was looking for the ABAMI, and in my humble opinion, this is a really nice website. Check it out. Alright, there you go. Have a look there. Then you can pick up on the real world ABAMI of various airports. No, I've got no idea. Look, if you go to their website, there is a place where you can vote. So, Christer, the way I understand it is that the people went onto the website, they made their votes, they cast the votes, and based upon who got the most votes, you know, that's how the nominees were chosen, and then that's how the actual awards were given. So I don't think apart from that there's anything else you can see. Just go to their website, you'll see it there. Yeah, well, then if you were on the website, you would have seen where the voting happened, you know. So all I can imagine is that there's a tally behind the scenes. For those of you that have not seen the actual video of the awards, there's the video as well. Anyway, I'm not going to play the sound so the algorithm don't go ape on me, but anyway, there you can see. So the nominations were the A330, the Level Up, and the Zibomod, right, for X-Plane 12, and obviously Zibo 1. That was the highlight. That was the big story. Let's see where our buddies are. That's me over there. The buddies are getting close to landing, and I'm still there. Oh, where to go? They're talking. Yeah, so have a look. There's the link. You can watch it. It's at 9 minutes and let's say start at 9 minutes and 30 seconds. You know, and go find the detail. But start at about 9 minutes 30 seconds. You can have a look. Yeah, lots of people like it seems, hey George.
Thousand to level off.
Just going to boost the cost index a little bit just to try catch up a little bit with other guys. No, George. Zibo is too private. I mean, I think we are 3 people that exist that even know what he looks like. You know, it's just, he's too private. In the beginning, he wasn't that shy and he was not hiding his identity that much. But after all the crap he went through on the GitHub and all the people stealing his code and making their own little payware add-ons from it and making money off of him and all, that all just changed in one day and he just stopped. You know, so if you were friends with him before that, you know, you had a glimpse in his life. Now there's nothing. I mean, there's literally like 3 or 4 of us that might know what he looks like, and then, you know, some of the other guys might have spoken to him, you know, so we know what his voice sounds like. He's got a beautiful voice, but you know, it's private. He's not going to go to any awards anybody, unless a miracle happens, which would be cool. I mean, I would like that. My biggest dream, in all honesty, but if you're listening, it's just a dream, no pressure. My biggest dream is to have him on voice here with me, and not just text. Because I mean, then you guys can also hear what he sounds like, you know. But he's declined every offer I've made for him to come and join us here. And when he comes into the room here, he mutes himself, so you can't hear him anyway. He just types at us, you know. So the only time he speaks where we can hear him is if we go into one of our private rooms where it's literally just us, no one else can hear. That's how private he is. That's true, George, absolutely. That wind's not going to help. The wind helps a lot as well, I see. Pushing us a little bit. Anyway, so this bar at the top here seems to be still working. I'm using XPUI PC Plus. I'm not using it for any control elements, you know, control surfaces or data revs or anything. So maybe that's why it's working. It's in a read-only mode, you know. It just reads the information and then pushes it out to this bar at the top, you know. So I don't have a problem with it, because I was wondering what am I going to do if it doesn't work anymore, because then I'm going to have to get a new information bar or scrap it. Share this with the guys here on stream. Alex, hope you don't mind. Alex is at the FS weekend. This is the evolution of the Alpha and the Bravo. Check. This is the next version coming out from the actual original creator who started his own business again. Now let me just get this display capture going. There you go. There's a video on his Facebook where he actually shows you how he pops out all the different little panels, and he puts new panels on there and all, but look at that, totally different ball game. Yo. Thank you, George. Yeah, you guys need to go find this video on Facebook somewhere. I don't know exactly where to find it, to be honest. That's why I'm asking you guys to just go find it. But this is like, yo. Meridian, search Meridian. I think, yeah, that should be it. Look at that. Huh? Oh, this is next level. And every one of these little panels can pop out, and then you put something else in there, so you can use it for GA, for Airbus, for Boeing. There's your whole MCP, man. Look at that. There's your EFIS. Huh? What more do you want? The only thing we are begging this guy ever sees this video and we're bragging about his system is just make it durable. The absolute crap quality of the Alpha and the Bravo, I don't want to experience again. I mean, that is ridiculous, spending all that money and the bloody thing breaks a month or 2-3 later. I mean, I've got workarounds for all of it, but that's not the point. The point is, you pay good money, you want something decent. Please don't use silver coated copper wire or silver coated fish line, fish and tackle, you know, this rubbish you put on your fishing rod, and then go and copper coat it or silver coat that piece of fishing line, and then think it's going to last, because I think that's what happened inside here. A couple of years ago, when I was still doing CCTV installations, it happened to us once. We got screwed big time. This stupid Chinese guy sold us this bloody patch of cable, and when we started installing it, it used to snap, and then when we opened it, it actually looked inside. It was like fish line that was just copper or silver coated. It was crap. It's rubbish. You know, you think you get it at a bargain price, and then it doesn't last. And I think that's very similar to what happened in the Bravo. The fact that my reversers on top don't work anymore, and the toga button don't work, all those wires that break off in the inside, it's got to be something similar. Very lousy quality. So I hope this is better. I've got great faith in this. I believe he's learned a few lessons here, but it looks marvelous, man. Look at that. Whole cockpit right in front of you. Crester, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea what the price difference would be. I don't think it's going to be double, then no one will buy it. But one of those things we'll have to look around for it. I see here, if you type in Meridian controller into the YouTube search, there are quite a few videos that come up. Okay, not all of them are about flight simming, so obviously just use your brains and common sense to skip the networking stuff, you know, the stuff that's not related. But I mean, just have a look. There are a lot of videos here about this Meridian thing. Some of it is a bit old. I think the one on Facebook would be a bit newer. Let's see if I can find that one while we are talking. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, here's the guy's Facebook page. Let me post this here for you. Then you can go watch the latest stuff there. Bookmark that, eh? I'm going to bookmark it because I mean, look how I had to go find it now. Like a stupid not to do it in the first place, but anyway. Oh, this is cool. This is really cool. I wonder if I'm going to take a chance. I wonder if YouTube's going to have a problem. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to play this video here so you guys can enjoy it with me. Let me just share this thing again. If YouTube has a poo in their pants because I'm playing this, then obviously we're just going to delete this video, but you know, let's try. Let's see. So this is from the URL I just gave you. Look at that.
We're mid-assembly here for if it's weekend. It's E-fish panel, by the way. This is how it pops out. And you can pop in another panel, either side, which one you like. pops right out again. So let's pop that EFIS in because we're going to be showing it in Boeing configuration at the show. But you can see here single multi-engine panels out there as well. But right now that module is used for the main panel DU and ODUs. So full EFIS panel for 737-800 MAX, 75, 76, 777, Freedom Skies fits in there too, and of course the 787 as well. So this works for every single Boeing aircraft. Then we have here, so the toggle switches are actually all 3 position switches because some aircraft have a middle position. And also, you know, I limit ourselves in case we want to do another magnetic insert. That works for that. And then we have here, this is very 737, so this is the panel for controlling avionics. Here is the screen that comes in probably later today or tomorrow. And yeah, so get tight. There we go, pops out. And then pops right in. Let me just show you real quick. And that's popped in. And then removing the the EFIS panel, and then all we do is just remove these knobs, pop this off, put the, let's do multi-engine, pop the multi-engine cover on, flip it back in, and then put your ignition switches on here, 1 and 2, where is it? That's the right position. There we go. And then as you can see here, with spring loading for start on both switches. Yep, voila. We're mid-assembly here for if it's weekend. Here's the EFIS panel, by the way. This is how it pops out. And you can pop in another panel, either side, which one you like. Pops right out again. So let's pop that EFIS in because we're going to be showing it in Boeing configuration at the show. But you can see here single and multi-engine panels out there as well. Right.
Sorry about that. I didn't realize it was actually looping there, but anyway, I think you guys got the idea. I'm excited for it. You know, I'll give it a shot and then just hope for the best. You know, one day. George, you know that old Cytec stuff? I mean, that lasted for years and years and years. I mean, I felt sad when I sold mine. You know, after getting the Alpha ones, because I mean, it was part of my life for so many years. I don't think it's really, you know, something that I'm gonna forget soon. It made a good impression on me, you know. Right, I better start planning. Looks like we are still using runway 01. Yeah, 100% Christer. We'll wait and see what they say. Right, ILS 1099. Frequencies. Minimus. 375. 370. Right. EBBR 108. 108. You know, I always forget about this, but anyway, let's just do it. Lost it. go towards. Yeah, if it works, it works. Alright, so frequencies minus courses. Just checking and see APCs, so we can do that. 2000. Brake is set. This is where I made the mistake the last time. I have to concentrate now. It's now 6 degrees.
Ready for descent procedure.
6 foot difference. It's compensated now. Okay, not much, but it's there. Right, okay, then fuel. 700 to drop. So that's 64. 60. Right, that's done. Yes, yeah, absolutely. We'll hand out the t-shirts on the way out again. That was a nice joke. That was one heck of a big lesson I learned there, eh?
Approach top of descent.
traffic, so Mexico 9 runway 01, takeoff.
Christer, yes, and I've been calling you. Tell me quickly, the correct format again to insert the extra waypoint, okay? I don't do it every day, so I'm just thinking out loud now. I can't remember the exact sequence because I want to put the waypoint like 8 miles before that one, alright? So, just not sure. Hello, Don. Distance in the radio. I thought so. Well, let's do it. 8. And then, doesn't like it. I thought so too. It's exactly what I thought. And I've tried various different versions of it now. See, it just doesn't like it. I've tried it with the actual yeah, I've tried that too. I've tried all the different versions now. So if you got 8 miles and you've got, let's just take that out. Let's go 0. Let's just do it without any slashes. No, also not. Also not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to quickly go read up on it. Yeah, it's not gonna work, Christer. I've tried all of that. I'll have to go and find it. It's not important right now. I'll help myself, don't worry.
Record, traffic, come back. Traffic runway 01, 5 miles.
Flight level 100, landing lights switches on.
Right, let's try that. Let's try it once more. We want it on 8 and we want it on 0, 1, 2. Nope. Christer, I'm gonna read up on it and I'll fix it next time, but then I'm gonna make a note for me here. See, I don't use it every day, so obviously it's not doing what I think it should be doing. So we'll fix it. You see, I'm on heading select, I'll vector myself, don't worry. Some days I've got a moment of clarity and then I just type it in and it works, and some days like now, you know, you're running to a brick wall, radial distance. I've tried that too, but we can do it again. So radial is 0, 1, 2, and the distance is 8 nautical miles. You see, now it's in the wrong side. We don't want that. I want that before Urus. I don't want it after Urus. But you might have the correct idea here. 0, 1, 2, 0, 8. There you go. Yeah, see. What did I do now? Did I put the sequence incorrectly? Yeah, I did. I did. That ain't gonna help us. So we want to do it this way. Press 0, 2.
Approaching transition.
before that one, not after it. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll go and research this thing and do it proper next time. I can't remember everything. We'll just vector ourselves like we did.
Come back. Check it runway 01.
Yeah, I suppose it's going to take something
Transition
like
level.
that. It's not important
Ready for
right
approach
now.
checklist.
It's not important right now. I'm already done with the sequence almost, so let's just get myself in track. I think that's Anthony, so I just need to maneuver myself a little bit behind him.
Nico,
Yeah.
could you try putting the radial in n/distance?
Yeah, that is how we figured it out. We tried it. The issue is then it puts it between Burris and BR01F. I wanted before Burris, so I'm not going to worry about it now.
I don't think it accepts a minus in.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't.
You have to go from the waypoint before.
Yeah. So, Mac, at this point in time, I'm almost done with my sequence. I'm just waiting for Anthony, and then I'll maneuver in behind him.
Okay.
Just doing it manually now. Yeah. Just waiting for Anthony. Thinking that's Anthony. Check on that. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, George, no, it wasn't for me. Mac was talking to me just now, but other than that, no one. Just want to make my turn a bit bigger.
Russell, traffic Skymatix 008 inbound 30 nautical miles.
Skymatix 08, Skymatix 01, I will just extend my downwind a little bit and turn behind you and after.
Thank you, 001, 008 will increase speed just to allow for separation.
This is annoying me, you know what I'm going to do now? And then just play around a little bit. So we want miles with that, get my job back. That is said it's going to put it on the other side. Okay. Yeah, right. Let's not waste time. Let's not worry about that now. Yeah, no, that's fine, Christer.
Nico, you should be able to turn in now.
Yeah, I'm turning. And I'm slowing down, Anthony. There's more than enough room for both of us now.
Yep. Traffic coming going right. Additional LARBU 10 knots in the wrong.
CWS mode. Can you believe it? Check it now.
Radio altimeter.
Thousand to level off.
Possible traffic to make 008, clear west of runway 01.
Anthony?
No.
You landed.
No, down.
And on the runway, off the runway?
Off.
Okay.
In the bay.
Daar's hy, dankie. Russell's traffic Skymatix 001, we are established on the localizer for runway 01, 8 miles to go.
Ready for landing checklist.
Right, flaps 33 green. Nanas, we're good to go.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
10,000 feet, stabilized, missile approach altitude set.
Approaching 01.
Takeoff was great. We will see your landing. 500, cleared to land runway 01.
400.
No, chicken.
300. 400. Approaching decision height. 200.
Minimum.
Minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use. $60 knots.
3,000 feet remaining.
60 knots. Yet. Great landing. You are professional.
Nexos, I'm sorry, my English is not good enough to understand what you're trying to say, if it's good or bad, but anyway, thanks for watching. Come back to clarify that one. I'm not sure what you're saying to me. After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
Oh yeah. We flying a group flight.
After
That's
landing
why.
procedure
it's part of
complete.
the Skymatix VA. That's why you see 10 of us.
Flaps
Sorry,
up and
now I
set.
understand. yeah. Okay, then I don't feel too bad. Yeah, no, so every Saturday, in fact, let me rephrase that. Every day we do a group flight, every single day, but I join on a Saturday and then I stream it. Okay, and then sometimes we get lucky on a Sunday morning maybe as well. But yeah, that's the normal Saturday thing that you witnessed there, where we are quite a few guys flying together. So without any help, let's see if we can find these guys. Let's just taxi the way we think. Okay, well, I can't tell you how the other airlines work, but on our side, the Skymatix VA is basically just a database of flights. Okay, once a month you get like 5 assignments. You can choose to either fly it or disregard it. We've got some tours that you can actually fly, and then we've got the group flights. Okay, we don't create a second job for you, so there's no pressure. You either fly it or you don't. Easy as that. Okay, and we're just laid back bunch of guys that like to fly together. That's the big story about the Skymatix VA. You know, there's no pressure. You come and go and fly when you want, where you want, those kind of things. Oh heck, now I must go park on the other side. No man, hold on. Alright, I'm gonna turn around. Yeah, we try and keep it, you know, easy. You know, you log your flights. We've got a little client that runs in the background that you log your flights with, and you know, you build up your hours. We don't use the financial system that's built into the actual BA system, so there's no, we don't deduct points and do funny things like some airlines who want to try and simulate a specific airline. Okay, so we got hold of many thousands of real world air routes, and in time as they change, we try and keep up. You know, as they are reported, we fix them and make them current again. But you know, I mean, they change the waypoints, they change the routes in the real world, so it's there for our entertainment. It's not there to be a second job. You know, if you understand that, it's not a second job supposed to be. Can I fit in there? I don't know, I'm gonna try. If I scrape the paint, sorry guys. You know, one of those things. Yeah, I'm probably gonna take off some paint on this guy, but anyway. Stop.
George also asked a question, Nico.
How do you download the group flight plan? George, in Discord, let me show you. It's the easiest if I just show you. Let me get Discord back up here. There you go. Okay, so what happens is, this is our Discord, right? If you go to planned flights, this is where I put my detail. Alright, but then Uncle John runs the one down here. You'll see there's a whole group called group flight. So the group flight info, Uncle John publishes the actual flight route and everything there. We then go and designate our stands where we're going to start from, so that we don't spawn one on top of another when we join Ovea. Okay, and basically all you do now is you take this whole string, in actual fact it's from there to there, you copy it into memory, then you go onto the VA website, and when you paste, well, you go paste that in your flight route, and you let SimBrief generate it for you, as easy as that. Remember, our website talks to SimBrief, so you never have to go to SimBrief. You do everything on our website. You click the dispatch button and it talks to SimBrief, and it brings all the stuff back to you. And then from there on, my SimBrief downloader picks up on the actual you know, new flight. It puts it into position for me, and it's ready for me to use inside the Zibomod or in PMDG or whatever aircraft you're flying, you know, whatever fancies your flight, you know. So that's it. That's how it works. And then, like I say, Uncle John and the guys, they fly absolutely every day, right? So if you want to join them, you know,
ready for shutdown procedure.
Any day, you just come to the group flight room, speak to one of the guys there, they'll quickly sort you out. Easy as that.
The actual group flight every day is always at 0800 Zulu.
Yeah, I think so.
Nothing
yes,
to
you're
stop
right.
you flying.
Yeah.
Nothing to stop you flying the same route any time of the day.
Yeah.
But if you want to fly as part of the group.
Yeah. Let me show you guys a couple of things while we are here, while we are talking, right? I mean, whether you take it from there or whether you take it from here, you know, your export facility. Let me just change this view quickly. Give me a second. Video only display capture. Right, so you see the whole page. Okay, so me, usually, this is how I work. I set up everything in here. Then I go click on export. Then I go click copy it into the clipboard, okay? So now it's in my memory. Let me just quickly file my flight, and then I can actually do one with you. I'll show you exactly how it works. I'm just filing the BIREP quickly. Alright, so it's done. Right, and then here, dashboard. Cheers, guys. If you need to go, you need to go. But thank you for watching, and we'll check you guys later. You can fly any of the simulators. We do FSX, P3D, X-Plane, 2020, 2024. We do all of them. Doesn't matter. Alright. The only limitation is you don't have a client for Mac. So Mac and Linux, you do a manual BIREP. But other than that, it's fine. It will work. Let me just quickly bring this thing on here. So this is the actual VA website, right? So what you can do now is we go to the flights, and you'll see in Discord. Where's my Discord now? Let's take even a step back. See, there is a flight number that is given 456, even in my planned flights. See, 456, right? So when you come into the flight operations, you go to flights, you can actually put 456, let it search it. Did you click the OK button to actually join the Discord? Because if you don't do that, see, now let's go back there, let's have a look, see. Okay, so that's you over there, right? And you see what you didn't do is you didn't go here to start your rules. Go to start your rules, then look for the OK button. You need to click the OK button. Once you click there, yeah, click the OK button, it will give you all the other rooms. Well, most of them. Some of them are hidden. I've got them because I can see them, but you won't see all of them. Alright, so you need to click the OK button. There you go. See, easy as that. There you go. Okay, so now let's look at this, right? So we've put the 456, we've got the actual flight number in there. You can see it. That's the flight that we're going to do. So what you do is you do your bid. Okay, you add the bid. So now you can go to flight operations bids. Alright, there it is. And now you say generate the SimBrief OFP. Over here you select your aircraft. Now I want to fly my one. I know what its name is, so I just select it. But there's like a couple of dozen of them. Many different aircraft. You can go pick one. Okay, so now we proceed to flight planning. So remember, in Discord and also in Navigraph, you can just go copy the flight plan there, or you go here again. Let me show you again just to make sure you've got it. You either go to my
Captain,
planned flights.
Passengers are asking for a cozier temperature.
See, it's the same string. You copy it either from there or from group flight info. You look for the same string. That's your actual flight route. You copy that into memory, and then in this line you go and you say paste. See, there's the whole route, including the runways, including the SIDS, the stars, everything is in there. Okay, now you have to just make sure you select the correct airframe. It's very important that you select your correct airframe over there, because otherwise your weights and balances will be out. Okay, so this gives you all the information, METARs, whatever you need for your flight planning and such. Then what I do is I obviously make sure that my cost index is set correctly. If it's a long flight, I use 50. Or like today, I wanted to catch up with the guy, so I go for more. But our standard cost index is 20, and then I go and set my contingency fuel, I always make sure that I use 5% or 15 minutes. And then the automatic step climb, I go enable it. The reason I enable automatic step climb is that allows SimBrief to suggest the best flight level. Okay, so in the VA, the suggestion is flight level 320, but if you watch my stream, you'll know I flew on flight level 340. Okay, and the whole reason is this thing, that automatic step climb setting there, it blocks it out. Now I can't change that. I can do nothing with it. It's blocked. SimBrief decides which flight level has the most favorable winds. That's it, and it gives you the flight level. Then what I do lastly is I just select one alternate airport, because depending on where you fly in the world, it can get crazy, and they put more fuel in the reserves than they put in the actual flight, you know. So I make sure it's only one. Okay, so once this is all set, all I do is I click generate the SimBrief OFP. There you can see it's talking to SimBrief. Alright, there you go. There's everything, and there you've got all the familiar SimBrief charts and stuff. There you can see the SimBrief downloader has already downloaded my file, so it's already available in my cockpit. Here is the live weather, and then there's your SimBrief takeoff performance calculator thing, which you're not going to need after the Zibo one comes out, but it's there. I mean, it's all integrated into the website. And then the last thing that you do is you start your ABGUS. I'll show you what it looks like. It's not going to allow me to latch on now because I'm at the wrong airport, but there it's got all the information. When you're at the correct starting airport, you click start flight and it tracks you, and when you're done you click end flight and then you file it, and then it goes onto your record where you can then see your reports and see what happened. See, there you go. There's my flight, and I can literally now go and check what happened. You know, it's got the whole black box thing. There you go. Everything you need to know about your flight is then recorded. And that's as easy as that. On the dashboard, if we go back to the dashboard, you can also see all the other guys flying, and then you can click on them and see who it is. You know, there's Mark flying over there, there's Andy, see, Roel, and Johan. And obviously when we were online, you would have seen all of us. Alright, one other thing I want to show you quickly, just before we move on and I answer your questions again, because I see there are questions. I just want to quickly go back to the flights. In actual fact, bids. We go back here now. Right, over here you see these two buttons. When you fly on VATSIM, you can do pre-filing, and when you fly on IVAO, you can do pre-filing. Alright, so that's what that is about. So this is where we do the pre-flight, and you click submit. Then when you get to your IVAO client and you connect, as long as that call sign and the one you have in your client is the same, it will match up your flight for you. Then you don't have to go and make extra.
Captain, we are freezing in the cabin.
Right, so in this case I'm not going to fly it again. I'm going to delete it, but then also if for some reason your flight bombed out or whatever, you can always do a manual PIREP, and then you need to fill in all the blanks, guys. It's no use you jippo some of this. It needs to know everything that's happened. Okay, so in terms of your flight level, it will be 34,000. It's not, it asks you in feet, not in flight level, so it's 34,000, you know, 1 hour and I don't know, 10 minutes, you know, it asks you your distance. All of this information is on your SimBrief OFP, so you can just copy and paste it, right? Let me go back to the questions now. 690 in the VA. Okay, George, yeah, cool. 100%. The Copilot is called Linda. If you just Google Copilot Linda, you'll find her. George, and if you get stuck with your learning, you ask. Okay, in the Discord, let me just bring that back up here. Okay, there's a whole section here called Skymatix VA. And the names of the rooms are self-explanatory. All right, there's your liveries. There is where you ask for support. If you get a broken route, you log it over there. If you have a specific route you want to enter into the database, you request it over there. All right. Some of these ones you can't get into. You won't even see them because it's private. But anyway, this is literally where everything is, and this is where you find, like for instance, the SimBrief profiles. You know, everything is. It's given to you on a silver platter, right? But if you get stuck, you come here to support and then you ask for help. Okay, very important. That's the contact point. Yeah, from the beginning, in terms of the no pressure idea, is I said from the beginning to the guys, we are all doing this as a hobby. No one wants a gun against the head. No one wants a second job or a third or a fourth job. You know, you come and go as you please. All right, if you look at the actual flight operations, where would it be? The VA, the roster. All right, you'll see here, these are all the members, but they're not all active. Okay, a lot of these guys are not active. So what happens is, after 3 months, it basically puts you on leave. And the way that you re-enable yourself is you simply go and do a flight. You go to your flights, you select a flight, you dispatch it, you go fly it, you log it, and the moment it gets the log that you've done a flight, it will reinstate you. So it's all automated. You don't have to let anybody know you're going to go on holiday or when you're coming back. You know, if you come back, you come back. If you don't come back, you don't come back. I mean, we've got a lot of users, yeah, you know, and not everybody is active every day, you know, so there is no pressure. We don't score you on a hard landing. We don't score you on, you know, ending up at the pub. If the system accepts the flight, it accepts it. Okay, the only thing that we do, however, is in your first, I think, 200 hours, if you do a manual PIREP, we're going to check it. If you cheat it, we're going to reject it. You know, so on that page where you do the manual PIREP, make sure you fill in everything and that it makes sense. Okay, don't cheat, because that is one thing, you know, we just don't do. I mean, we already give you all the leniency in the world. There's no reason for you to lie, you know, so don't do it. All right. I fly online but no voice. Why does my profit not shown in my way of flights? Why does my profit, George, check that sentence of yours. What do you mean, why does my profit not show on any IVAO flights? Are you talking about your profile, not showing on the IVAO flights? Are you flying as an observer or are you flying as a pilot? Because you might have the wrong setting in your client. Let me just disconnect here. So if you connect, check that you don't connect as an observer. If you connect as an observer, somebody's going to moan about you anyway. All right, so
Captain, we are freezing in the cabin.
Yeah, so just make sure you're not flying as an observer, because they're going to come down hard on you at one point in time if they figure that one out, that you've been flying as an observer. So just make sure. Yeah, then I would ask IVAO, then there's something wrong. There's something wrong. Not sure what that could be. Thank you, Tommy. I hope I will survive the week as well. You must check my workshop here this weekend. Yes, I'm going to be busy. Now I have to go to mother-in-law's party as well. Anyway. What else do you guys want to know? While we're sitting and chatting, what else can I tell you? What else do you want to know? Let me show you this while we are here. Let me ramble a little bit more. If you go to tours, you'll see we've got a couple of nice tours over here that you can fly. So there's a challenge tour and there's an Australia-New Zealand tour, say high altitude challenge. This high altitude challenge was something that Zibo was inspired with, I think, if I can use those words, where he then included the high altitude pressurization system as an option in the Zibomod, because technically you can't just fly a 737 in this tour. It has to have the correct equipment, and the Zibomod is perfect for this if you want to go try this one. You can try the PMDG or some other aircraft. I'm not sure how well they would simulate it, whether they would actually allow it or whether they would just ignore the fact that certain parameters are out of spec, you know, but you know, go try it. It's one of those things. So anyway, there you go. This is what's available. You can, you know, go fly around. Then one last thing, free flight. If there is no flight in the database, let's say you want to fly this flight, you know, Brussels to Porto, it doesn't exist. You can come to free flight and you can then use this facility literally to create a temporary flight for yourself to get booked into the VA. Okay, it's not going to remember it, no one else is going to have it, and then you see it's empty, there is no flight. So then you must just do your own flight planning, paste it in here, but you get the same facilities. Remember your aircraft that you want to fly. And it's just a nice to have that we put in there, because a lot of guys in the beginning said, oh, I want to do this flight, I want to do that flight, but it's not in the database, you know. So it's all there. You can go have a look. All right, that's about it. No, you're welcome, George. It was actually fun chatting with you guys. If you've got more questions, we can always, if there's time, after the flight, do a nice Q&A and so on. Okay, I'll chat with you guys later then. Let's call it a day. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys must have a good rest of your weekend.